So the Max Payne 3 multiplayer is actually pretty fun. I was expecting it to be laggy, generic, and have like a whole host of problems to the point where it wouldn't work, like The Punisher, if anyone remembers that game that came out on PSN and Xbox Live. But anyway, for the most part, I haven't played the multiplayer that much yet. I've just played Team Deathmatch and a few Gang Wars, which is sort of a story-driven multiplayer match, but it's really nothing special. I mean, it's just like a combination of different game modes of like capture this, protect this person. It's honestly nothing special as I've heard, but it's still pretty fun. And like on technical side of things, there's only a few problems. One is the camera. If you're trying to either run, sometimes the camera will like slide off to the side and just it'll completely distract you from where you're going. Or if you're trying to move the camera itself, it will go further or not as far as you wanted to, and that's what feels clunky in my opinion. So it's not getting used to the moving controls and the camera controls. It's more like dealing with it and hopefully getting lucky sometimes. And also the cover mechanics is also kind of like that. It's just a little slow and uneven, I guess, when you're trying to get in the cover and come back out and shoot and all that. So I hardly ever really get into cover to shoot. I only get in the cover to stop bullets, and in fact, I roll more often than not to escape damage instead of taking cover. The other issue I have with the multiplayer is dual wielding pistols is supremely overpowered. I don't see how dual wielding pistols can shoot. It's just bad. I mean, it shoots people in long range with someone with an assault rifle, and the person with the assault rifle is dead. It makes no sense. And what's worse is in typical video game culture, people are flocking to it and using it, and I'm sure the multiplayer will be kind of downtrodden because of it once more people realize, oh wow, dual wielding pistols always beats one-on-one, so I can see that happening. But besides those issues, I'm really liking the Max Payne 3 multiplayer. The unique burst modes and bullet or shoot dodges or bullet dodge, I can't remember what it's exactly called, but the bursts is sort of like a kickback in Uncharted 3 for those who can get a bigger picture, and it does a whole host of things. Like for example, I use something that allows people to see enemies on the map, and I think that's helpful because it's sort of like gotcha from Uncharted 3. So it's very similar. And of course there's other things, like I read one, it gives one burst gives you more bullet power, another I can't exactly remember what it did, but it was something cool but not really effective in the game. And shoot dodge, bullet dodge is when you push well, for me it's R2. I don't know what it is for anyone else, but that's when you go into slow motion and whoever's in your line of sight is affected by it, and they're in slow motion too, and then you guys have to battle it out all slow-mo. It's well implemented for the most part. It's not something you can pick up off the bat. You do have to get used to the slow motion and the sensitivity within that shoot dodge or bullet dodge, but it is well implemented from the storyline, I have to say. And I was honestly surprised on how people would make that work in a multiplayer, because people are like, oh, I shouldn't be controlled in multiplayer, I shouldn't be forced to do this in multiplayer, but it's pretty fair and balanced. I mean, if you go into slow-mo and your person is looking at you that you're shooting at, he can shoot back in the same manner, so it's not just indefinite kill all the time. It still depends on your aiming. And if you do get the kill, all you do is get some extra XP, I believe. And lastly, not lastly, I apologize. Real quickly, there's this vendetta system in Max Payne 3 where if the same person kills you twice in a row, you can put a vendetta on them, and the next time you meet, whoever kills each other gets extra XP, which is also a nice implementation into a multiplayer genre. Now, lastly, Max Payne 3 does multiplayer maps right. There's only, I think, a handful of maps, full maps, in the multiplayer, but what this game does is it sections off maps within maps within maps, and I'm sure someone will make an Inception joke here, but that's not the point. What I enjoy so much about these maps is there's a huge map and then there's like 3 littler maps beside it that are still pretty big in itself, and you can't really tell because maybe it's a sectioned off part and you can't see the other parts of the map, and it's just really well done. And multiplayer maps should probably take a hint from this in the future. So that's pretty much my initial impressions on Max Payne 3. And I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of this video where you see me go, I think, 26-8. But I just had a real good game, and hope you guys enjoy it, and thanks everyone for watching.
Quebra qualquer homem, mulher, que se foda. Fudeu, tomou no cu, seu puto.
Feathers were ruffled. Some things don't turn out how they're planned.
Pra você aprender, né? O cara que você vai ter. Escolheu a pessoa errada pra se meter. Hoje você vai se fuder! Vou te mandar pro inferno!
They were playing clever, making them show their cards too early.
de sombra é foda, caralho!